All right, guys, what's going on? What's going on? This case against Dr. Umar Johnson is in the early stages of what could possibly happen. I want to talk to you a little bit about what could possibly happen in Dr. Umar's future. Now, this is what some people have been waiting for. Now, I must admit, like I've been talking about this for a while. And I must say that some people were warned, whether, I don't know if I don't know Dr. Umar personally. I don't know if he has ill intentions or not, but he will have to answer to this one. And it took some money, it took somebody with some resources to actually get something like this started. That's what it was going to take. Somebody to get really pissed off eventually. I knew this day was going to come. I knew eventually, as the years go on, someone was going to come for him, and someone that has some resources to put together a case, to get a lawyer. You have to pay for a really good lawyer to actually make him finally be accountable for the money collected over the past 11 years. And like I said, I don't have a dog in this race. I don't dislike Umar Johnson. This video is not to put his donors down, but a lot of them have been warned over the years. But now that this is a real case. You remember there was a case before, and it was like a mockery of the judicial system. This case is not. They want him to be held accountable, and if not, there are possible lawsuits coming. And if he's unlucky, there could be a possible criminal case coming down the future, which I honestly think will eventually happen. And I had reached out to a lawyer friend of mine. I said, hey, can you answer a few questions for me? Because, about this nonprofit situation. Can he pay himself a salary, and how does that work? He was like, yeah, he can pay himself a salary, but it's within reason, based upon the other nonprofits in his niche. What are they paying their managers of the nonprofits? So he can't just pay himself $1 million. And, looking at the other nonprofits, they're not paying themselves that. So there's different things, that protocols that he has to follow. Now, if he didn't follow them, it's misappropriation of funds that could be tacked onto his name. Theft by deception is another one that was told to me. I said, wow, really? Theft by deception? He said, yeah. Some people have estimated that he's collected over $2 million or more within the past 11 years. Guys, 11 years has been a long time. And nothing has come to pass. I mean, he did purchase some property, but even that is up for question, whether he purchased it or not, or somebody else did. All it took was someone that had some resources to get an appropriate lawyer for him to be held accountable. It just didn't happen. It's just starting to happen now. Some of his donors, maybe they weren't in position to hire an attorney to actually go after him, because he doesn't answer to anybody. He doesn't feel like that he has to answer to the very community that he got money from. He doesn't. I don't think he feels. That's just my opinion. He doesn't feel like he has to answer to anybody. I don't feel like he respects the community like he think he does. I don't feel like that's the case. That's just my personal opinion on him. Like I said, I'm not against him, but I never donated. This is the difference between me. I never donated. I know some people, like, I just asked random people I know, do you know this guy? They say, yeah, I know him. I was going to donate to him at one point, but I didn't. I personally never donated. You know what I'm saying? Let me just say this, like, I don't know if I was just born this way or with just something in my DNA. I can spot someone like this. And one of the things is when someone comes along, right, and tell you how to spend your money and how to live your life, that's a red flag. Like if I tell you guys right now you shouldn't donate to him and this is why you shouldn't donate to him, you also have to look at me. You got to look at that as a red flag. If I try to tell you like you shouldn't donate to him, and because I had to check myself early on, I said I can't tell people what to do with their money. That's their money. You know, it's a red flag when people come along and say I want to make you some money. I want to show you how to make some money. That's a red flag. If somebody come to you and say, listen, I want to take your money and I want to invest it for you so you can be rich. There's no really saints walking around out here. That's not happening. That's a red flag. Nothing comes easy. But when somebody comes along that is holier than thou, that's a red flag. But everybody can't see the red flags, and I understand that. Everybody has to learn on their own. So if it took you over 11 years to finally realize that you were going into a bottomless money pit, then it just had to take the 11 years. It just had to take that. Now, just because I think it's a bottomless money pit, that's my personal opinion. But now, if you feel that way, then we both can agree on that. That's how I feel about it. It's a perpetual building fund. Churches have it all the time. I the one said first, who sent him? I said it first. I'm not trying to say this to make myself feel to say I told you so, but I'm just trying to let you know who I am. I said who sent him. I said it first. Who sent them? Anytime someone comes along, you know what I say to myself? Who, what, when, where, and why. Who sent them? When did it happen? When did it happen? What's the situation about? And why is he here? Who, what, when, where, and why. If you can't answer those questions, if you're not satisfied with all those questions answered, then I personally wouldn't give him a dime. Let me just say this for the person that has invested over $30,000 to him. Let me say this to you. Over the 11-year period, if you had took that same $30,000 over 11-year period and invested it in Bitcoin, that's all I'm going to tell you. But I'm going to say this. I'm not saying this to shame you. You know who you are. I'm not saying this to shame you, but don't act like you don't know who I am. Don't act like I didn't warn you. Don't act like I didn't. I wasn't saying all it. And in fact, I went so hard on him that I felt some type of way about it. I said, listen, man, who am I to even try to warn people anymore? Who am I? He has a right to collect money. Maybe he does have the good intentions in heart. Maybe he does. Maybe he really did want to start a school, right? But the way he was going about it, from my research, the way he was going about it wasn't the ideal way, the way he was going about it. Let me just say this real quick, guys. Find out who his board of directors are. You got to find out. Because if he don't have a true board of directors, he cannot pay himself a salary. Because the board of directors have to approve his salary. Remember I said that. Remember I said that going forward. If he doesn't have a board of directors, They have to approve his salary, and he can't be the board of directors. It has to be somebody else. So that's going to come into the conversation as this case goes forward. It's going to come into the conversation. I knew he was going to be hit eventually. And when did I say this? Because when I was talking about him, he wasn't famous enough yet. When I was talking about him, a lot of people didn't know him. Only people within the circle knew him, within the sector that knew who he was, or the Black conscious community. But he wasn't known by everyone yet. He wasn't known by everyone. Once he started becoming popular on TikTok, I knew the clock was running at this point. Now there's a clock now. And when he started talking about certain political situations, I knew he's on the clock now. He's on the clock. They're gonna come for him eventually. He's not exempt. He's not holier than thou. He's not bigger than the system. Eventually, they're gonna come for him. And sometime, and watch this, remember I said this, they have been watching him for a very long time. They just let the money build up. So when they come in with their case, he's going to have to settle out. He can't even go to trial on this. Do I think eventually he could possibly face prison time? Yes, of course. But who knows? We're going to see. We're going to see where this ends up. But have the people been warned, though? Yeah, they have. They've been warned. They've been warned. For sure they have. Have they attacked me? Yeah, they have. They have attacked me. They have attacked me. But for the person that gave that significant amount of money, godly, man, man, some people gotta learn the hard way, bro. This has been going on. Nothing is new under the sun. We've been having people like this come into the community for a very long time. Anytime and they start out very small. They start out very small. I'm not saying that he has the potential to be a cult leader of the past. No, I don't think he gets down like that. But they've always been around. They'll come around. They got knowledge that nobody else has. And then once they get a bunch of people under their spell, then they start to do some crazy things. I don't think this is the case with him. I think a lot of the people that donated to him, he has a specific target audience. It's usually single mothers that donate to him, older people, single mothers. He is a target demographic. Some of these people, you've been warned. Even your baby fathers tried to warn you, and you fought them over him. And this is what you get. This is what you get because you lost a lot of your money, especially when times are the way it is now. You probably reflected on how much money you have given him, knowing that no school is coming to pass. Now, you should have known this when Lord Jamar was talking to him. He was like, yeah, my father-in-law, he established the schools and he could help you out. He has a blueprint. He said he don't need no help. He got it. He don't need no help. He got it. He don't need no help. That's when you should have been warned then. If you didn't want to listen to what I had to say for a couple years. I was on this for a couple years. And then I stopped because I said, this is not, I can't keep talking about him all the time. Some people do. Some people make it their whole platform to talk about him daily. You know what I'm saying? And instead of exposing him, they should be thanking him. Anytime somebody's responsible for putting your money in your pocket, you should thank them. So I got away from it. You know what I'm saying? But some people, it's some new people that may have not known what we have known about them, and they donated a significant amount of money. That's where he's coming in trouble now. He met the right one that gave him a significant amount of money, and this person is getting a lawyer and got a lot of people involved. They said it's over 40 people and counting. So he in trouble now. For sure he is. Because when they start going into the records, they're gonna see that he did everything wrong, allegedly. And then from there it's gonna progress into a possible civil situation, maybe criminal. But you gotta say to yourself, right? Um, you think you could really establish a school through donations, man? You really think so? You could, but he needs a significant amount of money. He need more than $2 million. Even though he collected over $2 million, he could say reasonably that's not enough to start a school. He probably gonna say that. It's not. You ever thought about the salaries? You ever thought about the grounds need to be cleaned up? He has to excavate that land. It's a hazard dump. It's a hazardous area. He would have to excavate that area. That would take millions of dollars. You ever thought about that? Somebody recently went by the school and there's something leaking out of it, like some brown stuff that's leaking out of it. Well, basically what you're seeing there is that's rust coming from that vent system. It's rust. It's rusted. That's what you're seeing leaking out of that. And also, it could have been leaves that got in there. For people that thinking it's mold and stuff, it could have been leaves and stuff, and it's leaking out, and it's like that's why it looks like brown rust. It could be rust and also the old leaves from years. That's probably what that is. For the person that had just went by the school. Listen, we've had YouTubers go by the school. You guys ain't do nothing new. Somebody named this guy that I met outside of the Diddy trial. His name is Famer Tube. I seen him outside the Diddy trial. That's where I first saw him at. Listen, brother, this people don't been by the school already. You ain't do nothing new. There's a YouTuber that went by the school years ago. There's plenty of them that went by the school years ago. You ain't doing nothing that we don't already know. We already know it. So what? So what? Y'all went by the school. So what? Of course, there's nothing been done. We know this already. See, a lot of us that was in the sector and all of that. Look, there's a whole sector on Umar Johnson. They don't even talk about him no more because we know, like, come on, man. Like, we like him because he's funny, stuff like that. He's a funny guy. He's a vlogger. I don't care what he say. He is a vlogger. He vlogged on certain things. That's just what it is, man. Like, shit, if you donated to him, like, at this point, I'd be like, look, man, I charge it to the game. You know what I'm saying? As a learning lesson. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I understand you want him to be held accountable. I understand that. Do I want to see this brother go to jail? Nah, man. I don't want to see this brother go to jail, man. I don't. Shit, he got money off y'all, then so be it, man. Like, learn from it. Shit, it's a life lesson. But if you want to donate to him out the kindness of your heart, what's wrong with that? Well, Max, it ain't no school. So what, man? Come on, man. Come on, man. You asking for too much. A whole school off donations? You asking for too much, man. And watch this. Watch this. Did you donate to his Cash App or his personal Venmo? Or did you donate to the school stuff? Which one did you do? Because if you donated millions of dollars to his Cash App, guess what? All he had to do was pay taxes on that. That ain't got nothing to do with the school. He know what he doing. He knows what he doing, man. I mean, shit, man. At this point, man, avid chatter. I mean, come on, man. Like, leave the man alone, man. Y'all want to put those folks in his business now just because y'all donated. Y'all want to get 40 people together and this and that. Come on, man. Leave the man alone, yo. Let him get his money, man. I'm serious. Let him get his money. If not, don't donate. If you feel like he's not going to get a school together. And what did he say? He said the school will be ready whenever it gets ready. That's what he said. Whenever that happens, it could be 30 years from now. That's what whatever. But if you donate, you think he's a nice person and you want to donate to him, shit, ain't nothing wrong with that. Now you getting them folks in his business, then they will look into it. They will. And we'll see what happens from there. But man, that's Dr. Umar, man. That school is, I'm going to tell you, the person that just went by the school, though, that school is in horrible condition. It actually got worse. It did. It's gotten worse. It's gotten worse, actually. It's decaying. It's defecation all over the place. And the guy that stepped into that stuff, you know that's a hazardous area. And you got right back in your car, didn't you? After stepping in that stuff. What's up, Knowledge? Knowledge, they act like, man, they ain't been warned, man. Like at this point, man, I don't see nothing wrong. Donate to him, man. What's wrong with donating to him? Just because you like him. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. But as far as donating and expecting us, what kind of school are you expecting? That's my question to y'all. You expecting some? What are you expecting though from the donations though? That's what I don't understand. And I know what people say. Max, he the one promised that we gonna get a school. What happens? I mean, what happens if you don't get one? Then what? Now I'm not gonna call him a dope fiend. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It is in the heart of dope fiend land. You're right. Not calling him a dope fiend. I just read your comment. I mean, come on, man. You see where the school is placed at? You want kids to go there? Y'all crazy, yo. Y'all crazy. And then gonna sit up here and bring a case against this good man, yo. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Well, we donated our money and he ain't got no school. Look where the school at. Thank you, Avid. I was just thinking about it. Thank you for bringing that up. Look where the school is located. Y'all want kids to go there? Man, shut up to Umar, man. Leave him alone, yo. Straight up. Let me fix some tea, yo. I don't know what's going on. They got some type of virus going on around here. Let me fix some tea, man. Leave that good man alone. Dr. Umar. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. That's right. As a matter of fact, I might donate to him. Straight up. Actually, I already am donating. I'm going to tell you why. Um, I'm a member of his Instagram. So technically, I am donating. I am donating. I'm a member of his Instagram, yo. I sure am. Dr. Umar Johnson. That's my guy right there, yo. I don't care what nobody say. Like over the years, I'm like, yo, I like this dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I like Dr. Umar, yo. He be saying some real shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. He be saying some real stuff, yo. How these snow bunnies be taking these dudes for their money. You know what I'm saying? Taking these dudes. They be taking these dudes to the cleaners, yo. And he's right. We need to be with our sisters, yo. He right about that. At least I think he is, in my humble opinion. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never, yo. You know what I'm saying? That's his moniker. Black queens for oops. Oh, sorry about that. Black queens forever. You know what I'm saying? Snow bunnies never. Black queens forever, yo. Snow bunnies never. Leave the man alone, yo. Then you gonna sick that man in his business. Because y'all know damn well you want a school over there, yo. Y'all really do, man. He don't have enough money to rate to open no school. Y'all need to donate more. Somebody he need at least. Let me think. We already did the numbers. We already crunched the numbers. He need at least $20 million, at least, to get it established. He need at least 20 million. 2 million in 11 years ain't enough. It's not. It's not enough. So y'all need to donate some more now to the good doctor. No, he said black queens forever, snow bunnies never. You said it's Umar with their sister. Uh-oh, look at y'all getting upset. Hey, he the one said it. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. Snow bunnies never. He the one said it. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. That's his thing. He's an entertainer. You guys are taking him like you going too hard on him. He's an entertainer. And he's a fundraiser. He's trying to trying to establish a school, but he don't have enough money to get no school up and running. Y'all know that. Sitting up here trying to leave him alone, like trying to take him to court and all that. And the lady trying to take him to court, she did the whole video, and her damn smoke detector going off. Beep, beep. Like, first of all, put some batteries in that smoke alarm. You said I am a man. I'm not upset with a thing. You said he's not a false prophet. He never said he was a prophet. He's not a false prophet. Did you look at him as a prophet? No. He never said he was a prophet. He never said that. He just said he was a kinsman to Frederick Douglass. It's entertainment. It's entertain knowledge. Tell him, yo, it's entertainment. They the one taking it like that. You said, what is he then? He's an entertainer. He do shows and stuff. He do shows and speaking engagements. And he's funny. And he's a influencer. He react to videos. Yeah, he named himself the Prince of Pan Africanism. That's like me saying I'm bigging myself up. Like boxers give themselves a name. That's like that. I'm the prince. That's what he's known. I'm the Prince of Pan Africanism. I'm EFI, King Kong consciousness. I'm the Christopher Wallace of this shit. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't. You said prison. That's what I'm saying. Let's leave the man alone. He could get prison time for the funds though. Theft by deception. If they want to take it that far. Yeah, he's the entertainer. They the ones sitting up there taking them like, you know, hanging on to every word he's saying. He be saying some real stuff though. But the thing is, you just take it for what it is and keep living your life, man. There's people that come along, they try to change your thoughts on how you see reality. Sometimes I think these people were sent. You're supposed to live reality through your own two lenses. You take what people say for entertainment value. If something they say applies to your life, you can use it, then so be it. You ain't supposed to hang on to what every word somebody say because they're popular. You're gonna lose every single time you following somebody. You're gonna lose every single time. And gonna lose some money. The donors. I wonder why. They said over 40 people, so that means something must have happened behind the scenes that we don't know about, and people got pissed off. He must have did something behind the scenes with the people that donate to him. Because I'm gonna tell you something. If you say to him, "Hey Umar, hey, what's up with the school? Like what are you doing with the money?" Then he'll probably get pissed off at you. You remember he tried to shame people and say that, oh, you spend grit money and you spend your money on weaves and stuff like that and Jordans. You ever thought to yourself, how come he be wearing Ralph Lauren? You ever thought about that? He wears polo. He wears Ralph Lauren. Even though I do too. You ever thought about that? Like, okay, well then stop spending money on polo for yourself then. So that's what I'm saying. You're not supposed to take all that serious. Somebody at the show should have said to him, well, stop spending money on Ralph Lauren then. You're in the boat with us. But you're never supposed to hold somebody like over your head like they're better than you. You'll be in trouble every single time, bro. Listen, you were born into this world alone, and you're gonna die alone. Nobody's better than you. Nobody has more knowledge. I mean, they might have more knowledge than you, but they're not better than you. You got knowledge that they don't know. You have something of knowledge that I don't know right now. So we can just go tit for tat. You know something I don't know. So what makes me better than you? You ever thought about that? You might have a lot of knowledge in astronomy that I don't have, or I might have knowledge on something else. It don't make me better than you. So now some people just got to learn the hard way. That's all. If you thought he was going to establish a school, then okay, it's nothing wrong. Okay, you learn, you live and learn. Live and learn, man. But if you see the way those schools look, I mean, not the schools, the buildings, is no way that's getting turned around. That thing would have to be fucking condemned and torn down. And even still, a school over there, nah, bro. Nope. Nope. And also, you ever thought about this? Where the kids gonna come from? Where they gonna live at? How much is it gonna cost? Come on, guys, man, stop playing with this man, yo. Don't take him to court, yo. Leave it alone. Y'all got beat out of your money. Life is the best teacher, man. Experience is the best teacher. Now you know, and let's move on, bro. Let's move on. Right. Anyone could die is not superior to you. Thank you, Stephen. And that's if you let me tell you something. If you truly believe that, Stephen, if you truly believe that, you have a lot of power. If you truly believe right that what you said, you have a lot of power. Nobody will have power over you ever. 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 You will see everybody the same until they show you their hand. Then you be like, okay, that's a bad person. That's it. What's the difference between you and Warren Buffett? You might say the first thing you might say, well, he got more money than me. That money ain't gonna keep him here no longer. It's not. That money ain't going with him when he get up out of here. Rob Reiner, he lived in the Hollywood Hills, lived an opulent lifestyle. His son, his crazy ass son, still took him out, and might get off. Not get off, but he gonna say he crazy. And you know what Umar gonna say? I never said I was better than nobody, but he did kind of try to exalt himself. I'm the prince of Pan Africanism. Nobody got more knowledge than me, and he said that nobody is his equal, and that's just good talk. That sound good. That sound good. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I take him for what he is. I like, he be saying some real stuff. He's funny. He had some legendary moments. One of them legendary moments, he said he got to turn the heat off. He got right out of the view of the camera and said he got to turn that heat off, man. That's a legendary moment. You said, man, said everybody ain't gonna change everybody ain't gonna charge it to the guy. No, everybody ain't gonna charge the game. See, here's the thing. I'm glad you said that. Everybody not gonna charge it to the game because you can't play with people money. That's one thing I know. You can't play with nobody's money. It's a dangerous situation. You playing with somebody ain't playing in their face. Yeah, you right about that. Everybody ain't about to be played with in their face when it comes to their money, especially in this economy. And Trump ain't give them checks yet. Now you say he's supposed to be giving about 2, 3 thousand. Now he ain't do it yet. He said it's about the first of the year. And let me tell y'all something real quick. People really are holding him to what he said. He said he gonna give about $2, 3 thousand to do it every quarter. People holding him to that. I'm gonna tell y'all something. It might not seem like a lot of money, but for some people, they want that. They want that, yo. I know some people's making over 100,000 a year. They waiting for that Trump check. People don't play about their money, yo. So you right about that. So let me. You know what? You know what? I have to rethink this. You right about that. Who am I to say charge it to the game? And one thing I don't do, I don't play with somebody's money. Let me tell y'all, you ever see people, they're real big YouTubers. I've seen so many falls from grace. I just saw one recently. It was real bad. I think this dude, he thinking about going to the nearest bridge. That's how serious it is. I don't even want to say his name. He said, guys, I have lost everything. And then people said, well, you got a new channel. You didn't lose nothing. You. He said, yes, I did. I put all my energy into this channel for them to take it away. Because YouTube is doing that right now, especially if they think you're fake. You know what I'm saying? It's happening right now. But this dude, I've been watching him over the years. When people donate to him, because he has so many people in his chat, he don't even take time out to thank anybody for donating to him. I don't give a damn if somebody donate 99 cents. You got to acknowledge it. Okay? I don't give a damn. Now, you might be getting so many donations that you can't thank everybody, but you have to like make a speech about it at the end. I like thank everybody that donated today. I appreciate you. Okay, because there's something going on in this universe where karma is happening real fast. Karma is going down. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but and now this dude lost his whole channel. Okay, I saw it on Instagram. This person making a lot of money on Instagram. This and that. Now the checks ain't coming in no more. It's crazy. You got to thank people, man. You do. Yeah, they took all his shit. You talking about Omi and the Hellcat? Yep. I don't know, man. Like so you right about that. You just stopped me in my tracks about that because I had to think about that. You right. People not playing about their money. So I apologize for people that was listening when I said charge it to the game. No, don't charge it to the game because people ain't playing about their money. If you feel like he just, he was playing in your face, then do what you got to do. Yeah, do what you got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. See, it's easy for me to say that because I didn't donate to him. But yeah, so if he playing in your face, you know what I'm saying? He out here buying, this and that, traveling the world on your dime. Do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do. Yeah, money is in the clouds. It's not a real thing. It's an idea. Money is an idea. The idea of money is an idea, yeah. It used to be worth something, but Tricky Dick took it away. Nixon. Used to be backed by gold. But, do what y'all got to do. If y'all want to take him to court, do what y'all got to do, man. Because, yeah, I didn't donate. Because I just saw the school. I said, it's going to take millions of dollars. Even I said, it's going to take too much money. You're looking at least 20 million to get it started. I'm talking about all the property, not just one building. I'm talking about all the property. Because you have to excavate that land and clean it up first. That's going to take millions in itself. And then you got to gut that building has to be gutted. He has to gut that building and start over. That takes millions of dollars. Okay, the 20 million is almost spent at that point. Now he has to bring in the furniture, bring in everything. Now the money is gone. Now he needs another 10, 15 million. Okay. Now he got to figure out, is this going to be a boarding school? Where the kids going to live at? He need property for that. Where they going to live? It's not. It was not. It was not plausible. It wasn't plausible for that area. It wasn't. Now, if he had purchased St. Paul's, that would have been. Now you're talking. That might be a different story. But the fact of the matter, he wanted to raise money to buy St. Paul's. Y'all knew that wasn't going to happen. Look, it would cost him millions just to buy St. Paul's. That's where it started. St. Paul's. Okay, when he was in front of St. Paul's, and he wanted to raise a certain amount of money, but look, the joke was on y'all. The amount of money that he wanted to raise wasn't enough to buy that property. But even though people that were managing the property wanted to help him out, they wanted to be a part of it. He could have been that property. That property could have been obtained, but he wanted to do it himself. And then the thing is, he raised a certain amount of money, not for that big ass property, not 200,000, 300,000. That wasn't enough. Or maybe he raised more than that. I can't remember how much he raised at that point. He raised a lot of money. And I remember making a joke about it. Imagine you set a GoFundMe, right? This is after Hidden Colors, okay? And then people actually donated and you made your mark. Now you sitting with about 600,000 in your bank account. It's all in your bank account now. You ain't gonna touch some of it. I mean, look, let's give him a little bit of leeway. You're not gonna touch some of it, enjoy that money a little bit. That man, I knew when he went to Japan, that was another legendary moment. When he went to Japan, he was in the water and he went all the way down. Knowledge, you press one if you remember. He went all the way down the water and came back up and shook his head. I knew right then and there he was living, he was a king on earth. He was enjoying that effing money. He was enjoying it. Okay? He was enjoying the money. That money got good. He came up out of that water. He shook his head and he said, I just wanted to show you guys where I'm at. I'm out here doing a speaking engagement. No, you're not. Not in Japan. Man, he was, come on, man. He went to Japan on y'all, man. Nice hotels, fine dining. He bought his homegirl a storefront. Don't act like you don't remember that. You remember that storefront? That was the same very storefront he had people meet up at when he went to court that time. You remember that storefront? Purchased her a storefront, bro. You know what I'm saying? Man, he chilling. And then he got speaking engagements. People still rocking with him. You know, they want to hear from him. Man, he had a whole run. When he came up out of that water, he was in his championship. Yes, he did. He was in his championship. He won game 7, yo, the NBA finals, yo. He won the championship. Okay? Then he went over to Africa. He went to Cuba. Come on, man. This man, he lived it up for over a decade. Man, just like boxing, yo. He unified the title. The last belt was the WBC, and he unified that title, yo. That man unified the title. He had the WBC. Remember the boxers, they hold all the belts. He had all the belts, man. And shout out to Sarnetta, man. I saw Sarnetta at the Diddy trial. Shout out to Sarnetta, because Sarnetta was the reason why he got famous. Shout out to Sarnetta. And even though Umar gonna say it wasn't Sarnetta, yes it was. Yes it was. What's up, Chantel? You said he had people beat up. Umar got the whole mini empire. I don't know what he had people do. I remember the whole SETI rant. That was legendary. He said, hold on a sec. He got on the phone. Yeah, yeah, okay. And then his phone started ringing because he wasn't even on the phone. That was legendary. Notorious. That was legendary. But my favorite one when he said, hold on, let me turn the heat down. Let me turn that heat down, man. Let me turn the heat down. Because you know he turns into, you never know what he gonna say when he get to the hotel. Because you know when he get in the hotel, that's when he's vintage Umar. Because when he was in the hotel, what did he say? He said, what you want with Dr. Umar for? A bunch of 5'5" thick in the thigh Caribbean queens all over the Caribbean Sea. What y'all want with Dr. Umar for? They ain't nothing but a freak off, sister. Stop playing with me. They ain't nothing but a freak off. That's legendary. He said they ain't nothing but a freak off. What you want with Dr. Umar for? Remember the other legendary moment? He was in his hotel and the lights cut off. He said, "Uh-oh, brothers and sisters, I'm with the ancestors now. I'm now with the ancestors." And then all of a sudden the lights came back on. He said the lights are back on. That's legendary, man. Y'all hating on. Come on, man. He funny. Yeah, he had goons, man. Yo, when he had the Philly Scully on, that was legendary moment going after Seti. That was legendary. The Umar, man, he had a lot of legendary moments over the years. And then the other legendary moment when he turned his camera and the camera showed the rest of the house. Yo, that was legendary, man. It was legendary, bro. And then he explained it. He said he was in the middle of moving. So that's why it looked like that. Yo, this guy is something of legend. He's something of legend, man. Like over the years, he's a legend. He really is. He's a legend, man. Remember when he went to the store by FDMG? The guy was like, what did he say? When he went in the store, the guy was like, no vodka today. He said, he said no vodka today. He said, no, I only get that when I'm pouring libations to the ancestors. No, sir. The guy was like, damn, you ain't getting no vodka today? What's up with the vodka, man? Dude, that's a legendary moment. He's a legend. He's a legend. He's a legend and he's a legend in 48 states. He's a legend. Matter of fact, he's a legend in all 50 states. You remember that? Tell me, press one if you remember that when he went in that store around FDMG. He went to go get some orange juice and stuff like that. And the guy's like, no vodka today? You ain't getting it. He said, nah. He said, nah. He said, I only get that when I'm pouring libations to the ancestors. Umar, man, damn, so that mean the guy used to him buying vodka, yo. The guy used to him doing, yo, that's a legendary moment. Man, he had so many, man. It's like through the years, like, you don't know who this legend is. I mean, you don't have to. We know. We know who he is. He's a legend, though. He is. He is. He's a legend. He's a living legend. He's a living legend. Okay? He the one got off camera one time and said he had to turn the heat down. Okay? He said, hold on, guys, I gotta turn the heat down. Everybody know what I'm talking about. Then he came back, he was happy. Shit, Umar is the man, yo. He's the man. But I understand if he played in people's face and he collect a lot of money, that's not good. You know? Then he got his own, he got the Undertaker music. Like the kids, the new kids, they made him famous on TikTok, gave him the Undertaker music. He got good memes. Got the Undertaker music, man. I remember when he got on camera one time, he said, we got the blueprints. We got the blueprints. We got the keys. He started shaking the keys. Dude is a comedian. He really is, man. That's the only thing I can tell you. He, he said he might be alcoholic. He said, you ain't getting no vodka today? He said, no. I only get that when I'm pouring libations to the ancestors. He had to make sure he said that because we heard it. He said he coined rice bunny, sand bunny, and salsa bunny. Yep. He said no salsa bunnies. He said no sand bunnies. The guy is like, he is a legend. I'm gonna say that he's a legend. Like he's a living legend, like for real. But yeah, man, somebody went to the FDMG like recently. Oh my God. Ooh, that building like it's about to fall down. What's up, Binary? It looked like it. That building looked like it's about to fall down. It looked bad, yo. It had a syringe out there. It looked bad, yo. It looked bad, yo. It looked bad. It looked bad, Umar. That it looks bad. Damn. Yo, it's so bad right now. His number one supporter is going against him. And he act like he wasn't Flacco. He act like he wasn't his number one. So Flacco act like he wasn't going hard for him. Now all of a sudden he said, Dr. Umar, he is over. Flacco, come on, man. And look, people getting at Flacco in his comment section. Like, Flacco, who you think you playing in somebody's face, yo? You were his number one supporter. Remember? I don't like what y'all doing what's that food store he was talking about? Um, um, I forget, something. Flacco went hard. Now all of a sudden he talking about Dr. Umar, he might be over now. You know how Flacco, Dr. Umar, he might be over now. Flacco, stop, yo. Stop. Stop, Flacco, because you were the number one uh, person that was his ally. Now all of a sudden he's over now. See, Flacco, that was his last lifetime ago. He in a new lifetime now. See, Flacco in a new timeline. So he trying to switch up. No, Flacco. No. Yeah, he ain't gonna say that because he was part of the good guys. He ain't gonna say that. He don't remember that shit. He don't remember. But we do. We remember. Oh yes, we remember. We remember, yo. But shout out to Flacco, man. Flacco ain't man shit. Flacco ain't he ain't studying us. Yeah, that was his second shot. Flacco ain't. That was many lifetimes ago. He in a different timeline. Okay, that's back in his troll days. You said first Darrell, now Umar. Oh my God, that case right there, bro. That ain't going to court. I'm telling y'all right. I can bet y'all money that's not going to trial. That's not going to trial. He going to cop a plea, man. He going to cop a plea. Remember I said we could take a bet on it. He cop a plea. Because they've been watching him since before the sector got started. You said Flacco needs Ozempic. He's a big boy. See, what he don't understand is, like, for his situation, he has to take in, it might be medical. I don't know. He might need, obviously, everybody knows how to lose weight. You just take in less calories and burn more. That's how you lose it. But I don't know what his lifestyle is like. See, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know what his lifestyle is like. I don't know if it's like medical. I'm not sure. But he can lose if he want to, just like anybody else. But he has a sedentary job. He sits all day. He's like academics. You said I can't believe he in that jam. I mean, people do all type of things, man. It's all alleged right now. Like, let him go through the system. I know you went over the full paperwork. I was listening. I was listening. I was listening. I'm around. Y'all just don't see. I be around. I be listening. I said, let me hear this, yo. Let me hear this. And I was like, wow, he going through the whole paperwork. Golly. Now, you know it's bad when they pull your paperwork. They're like, fuck, yo, they going through his whole paperwork. Damn. So let me ask you this: since you went over his whole paperwork, how much time you think he's facing? Is he still doing content? Do y'all know? Is he still making videos? I would say, pray for him. You know what I'm saying? Legitimately, like just say, keep him covered. Keep him covered. So if he's facing no less than 10, so let's say if he gets 10, that means he's doing 5 because he may be eligible for the First Step Act. The First Step Act in federal court allows you to do 50% of your time, and the rest you'll do on parole. Now, is this his first? Is this his first rodeo? I don't know. I didn't stay that long when you were going over that part. I'm not sure if this is first rodeo. I think you covered it, but I'm not sure if it is. If it's not, then he's not eligible for the First Step Act if he's already have charges. I remember he talked about the rigged up. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, but I'm not sure though, Binary. Like his situation is white collar, so it's a medium security. He's not looking at maximum, or he's not even looking at the penitentiary. He's looking at a medium security. Right, Chantel, he might. Hey, Binary, can you put your other channel name in here real quick so people can follow you to get more information? Because some of my people that's listening right now, they follow legal cases and they're interested in this. So can you put your name in there so people can know? Because they were like, Max, who is this guy? I said, it's a guy that was in the Umar sector and he got caught up in a Fed case. So they want to follow it. It's not a laugh. It's a serious matter because you see the dollar amount, right? Hey, Andrea, you see the dollar amount, right? Well, it could have been more, but what happened was they declined some of the cases. Oh wow! So wait a minute. So he did have a case years ago. Yeah, that's not good. So that might not be the First Step Act. Oh my God, I didn't know that. So if he gets, you said no less than 10, that means he's looking at 8.5 to give them. If this is not his first rodeo, man, that's crazy. He just didn't do no time. I don't know, man. It's yeah, give them your channel name. Or is that it? So people could follow you, so they keep up on the case. If somebody was asking me about it, like, what's up with this guy? Like, who is this guy? And I know a friend of mine had looked up his case. She's like, I'm trying to find this case, and I finally gave, that she found it. Okay, guys, it's called Code Fam Sector, guys. All right. So for people that was asking me about, because people were asking me about you. So for people that was asking me about him, he's right there. It's Code Fam Sector. And he's actually going over the paperwork. Now you can go back and go to his video and he will explain everything because he was very in depth when he was going over the paperwork. So go back to that video, you'll find it on his channel. Because I know some people, they kept asking me, God, Max, what's up with this guy? What's up with this guy? And now I can give them the channel to follow you. Guys, you went over the I was sitting there rolling. I said, he going over this paperwork, dog. He really is doing this. Oh my God, you really went on pacer. Like, oh my God, yo. I was like, he really went on Pacer and got this man paid. I'm like, oh my God, it's bad. Is he still making content? But keep him in your thoughts. Because this is a stressful situation. He don't have, this ain't state, this the feds. You know, the feds do this differently. The feds do this differently. You know, they have sentencing guidelines, and like you said, this might not be his first rodeo. Damn. And you said a minimum of 10 years. Whew. Damn. He's in his 40s, isn't he? Yeah, when they show up, they've been watching. They got everything. Guys, when I was at the Diddy trial, you know, it was feds. It's different than state court. It's just the way they move, man. Even the guards. Like, it's just, you know, it's a serious situation. He re-uploaded a pretty damaging interview. Damn. I'm gonna have to look at that. Yeah, they probably been watching him. Also, check this out. They've been watching him. You remember that whole run we had with the sector going crazy? Remember that? From 2020, we had a good 3-year run. They've been watching. I bet you they were. I bet you they were watching. Like, okay. Yep. They've been watching them because they said they've been watching since what, 2018 or 19, something like that, or even before then. So basically, they're alleging that he was scheduling appointments that didn't exist, and also using other people account numbers that used to work for him to bill as well for the billing. Dude, that's an old hustle. A lot of doctors be getting caught doing that. It's the Medicaid hustle. Oh, he knew they were watching. Damn, but sometimes you get caught up, man. The money is too much. Like, what is he gonna do? Go back to being regular? Like, it gets caught up. I remember he said I was broke as hell. He said, "You a broke motherfucker. You broke." He said that to me. You broke. Shit, he right. I ain't say I was rich. He said, "You broke. You ain't got no money." I'm like, shit, I am broke. I ain't lying to you. Shit, I'm paying a car note. You know you broke paying a car note. That's how I know you broke. Shit. I got another how many more months? This year it'll be paid off. And I ain't doing that no more for a long ass time. Nope. I ain't doing no more car notes. That right there is no joke. Only note the only note I'm gonna get after that is my truck note. If I buy a truck. If I buy a semi, that's about it. Even that I'm not gonna buy. I don't think so. I might just lease it to be an owner operator, just lease it. But other than that, I don't think I want to buy it. Yeah, the money was too much. Remember, he bought him a nice car, you know what I'm saying? The women were checking for him, donating to people. Shit, he was doing his thing. Some people get greedy. Yeah, I ain't doing no more car. Shit, I am not doing that no more. I'm gonna tell you why. Because we're having an issue with the cars anyway. Because of this whole Taiwan situation. If China take over Taiwan, that's it, yo. That's it. You better keep the car you got and learn to work on it. because they charge it too much for these cars. Oh, another thing is, I be going to the dock sometime. Them cars just be sitting there. They can't sell them, so they need to come down on these car prices. They sitting at the dock because I be seeing them. I be at Newark Airport. Sometimes I drop people over at the dock. They be sitting right over there at the dock. Yeah, it's good. It's good to be regular, y'all. Have your own car as long as it's paid off. Um, shit. I'm gonna just lease the damn truck. I am not buying that truck. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Because things are bad right now. You can't even the freight went down. The cost of the freight went down, man. The cost of the freight, because my cousin complaining about it. He's the owner operator. But what he doing is he's leasing the truck. He sold it. Well, he I forget what he did with the other truck. It was old, and it kept breaking down on him. The truck kept breaking down on him. Dude, he was in Utah. God, it's not funny. It's not funny, yo. He called me. He said, "Bro, I'm stuck on the middle of the highway in Utah, man." And I said, "Yo, how long you been there?" He said, "I've been here for 8 hours, man." The truck still didn't come get me yet. He was on his way to pick up a haul. He was bobtailing, long tailing. He was bobtailing. He didn't have the he was going to pick up a load. And yeah, because he's a long distance. That's what got me in the game. So he said, "Bro, I'm stuck in Utah, man." And he said, "Y'all really wanted this load because that load was going to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta he was gonna get another load to get him to New York, and it would have been good for him. It'd have been like $8,000. It would have been more than that." And he thought, and guess what? The damn truck broke down. The damn truck. So now he's leasing I think he got a 2025. Yo, it was like, bro, he was like, "Bro, I'm in the middle of West Bubblefuck, Utah, man." He said, "Every time I come here, something happened." But what I'm saying is this: the average person is not balling like that. The average person, don't let them fool you. Some people got scams going on. Now, some people are balling. Some people are good business people, but like for him, he was balling. He had a good run. He did. He had a really good run. He'd been doing this for allegedly a long time. He had a really good run. He got a nice house. I can't be mad at him. Some people, you might want to say this, some people take chances. I don't take penitentiary chances. Some people do, and I can't judge them for that. Like, I'm not judging him for that. Like, it is what it is, man. Like, he ain't the only one. There was a doctor out here that just lost his case. The Medicaid fraud, billing Medicaid for appointments he didn't have. And people were dead. He didn't know it. They had died. But how can somebody book an appointment and they've been dead for 2 years? You get greedy. Yeah, no, a lot of people are getting away from car payments because if you got a car and it's okay, you don't need a car payment unless you lease it. Some people lease their cars. Oh, let me tell y'all what happened. So, I do Uber, Lyft, at the airport. So I'm sitting in the parking lot and I'm just looking around because I'm used to being in Virginia. I'm in New Jersey, so I'm at Newark Airport now. So I'm looking around. There's all these SUVs up there. So I'm like, damn, are they renting these things or? They might be just renting them. Some people are renting them, guys, and some people are leasing them. They have a program where you can lease it and get a new one every year just to do your ride sharing. But the problem is, if you don't get the business, how are you going to pay that lease if you're not getting the business? Because I don't think that even though you think it's a big market, them trucks be just sitting there during the day. Like if you at Newark Airport, you be prepared to sit, especially during the day. There's like hundreds of people sitting there waiting for a ride. The best time to ride is at night. That's the best time. But most people want to be home with their families at night. But that's the best time to ride. So I'm like, how is this worth it? I know there's some people that only want black car service and SUV service, but I don't know if it's like making sense. I don't know. Yeah, they rent the cars weekly, but you got to pay that weekly. That weekly note is a lot, though. It's a lot. So hopefully they have enough clientele to pay that note every week. But I'm thinking that's what they were. That's like, okay, they're leasing and they're renting every week because they got the Uber luxury and the Uber Black. You get more if you drive for Uber Black. You get more money. And I guess there are some people that order SUV, but there's one guy, he's financing his truck. And the truck is like $100,000. Guys, he's sleeping his truck. I be seeing him. Because he don't go home until he makes some money. He's sleeping it. Nah, I don't know. I'd rather do DoorDash. Out here, now you might think that Uber and Lyft is good out here at the airport. It's not. During the day, you're sitting all day because there's so many people up there. The best time to drive is at night. And obviously, DoorDash and stuff out here, people eat all time of the day. That's different. Nuh-uh, that's different. You can make hundreds of dollars a day out here, especially if you go like Fort Lee area and stuff like that. I just don't drive to New York though. I remember one time they said they had an order, and I'm like, I'm not going over the bridge to go to New York to drop this off. I'm not doing that. Even though they were going to pay the toll, I'm not doing that. I refuse to do that. But it's not worth it. Uber and Lyft is not worth it during the day at the airport. It's not. You're not making no money. Yeah, they got the grocery store, but check this out. There's a hack out here. I think it only works out here because it didn't work. We're in Richmond. Maybe because Richmond didn't get much business. Out here, if you just sit in the parking lot of a Target, you're going to get a lot of hits. And you don't even have to do groceries. Just do the ones that require no groceries. Because some people, one time somebody ordered a fucking TV, yo. And I went to go get it. And I was almost mad because I didn't think they had the TV. Because he ordered a TV. And it was paying really good. It was just, and the box wasn't even heavy. So finally, they went in the back and found the TV for me. Because if not, I would have did it for no reason. And it was only going a mile. So I'm like, damn, why couldn't he come get it? Some people just don't want to do it. Maybe they don't have a car. Because everybody out here don't have a car. So maybe that's why it's busier. But it was only going a mile from the store. And I was just sitting in that parking lot just taking a break. And I was like, wait, what kind of ping is this? I'm like, TV. Yeah, and I took the TV to him. He tipped too. I was like, shit, if you want to order something else, call me. Damn, just a TV? I remember just getting random stuff for people. Somebody wanted a coffee maker, espresso maker. Just one thing, just one item. $50. But you don't get them all the time. It's just every now and then. But if you hang out in the parking lot, I could imagine you might get them. Virginia is not like that. It's not that busy. You're going to be waiting there all day and don't get anything. But out here, it's different. But yeah, man, some people, they will take penitentiary chances, man. They got scams and they will do it. Like it's tempting. Like what happens if you have a chance to make 40,000 in 1 month? Some people are gonna try it. Some people are gonna try it, and I understand, but I just can't do it. I'm not saying that's what he did because he didn't get convicted yet, but it don't look good the way you were reading the paperwork. No, it doesn't look good, bro. It don't look good, man. It don't look good at all. I'm like, bro. I mean, the money was flowing. You sometime, you said you Instacart. Yeah, I do Instacart too. Now Instacart is hilarious. Instacart is the same way. Just out here, it works out here. You just hang at the Target. Now, why do I say the Target? Because the Target app, if you got to pick up groceries, it tell you what aisle it's in. That's why I say Target. Because Target is easy. You know what I'm saying? And if not, if you don't want to do groceries, just wait for an item because it always pops up. I'm like, damn, it's that busy out here? Like, because I just hung out. I was like, shit. Or Walgreens, too. That's the easy store. Walgreens, Target. I don't like Walmart too much. I just rather do Target. And it never fail. All you got to do is just sit there and it's going to pop up. It's going to pop up. Sometimes you want to get the ones like less items for like $40, $50. That's not even going that far, like a mile. People must not have cars. That's probably what it is. Oh man, the coffee maker. I had to go in this high rise in Fort Lee. So I went there. It said leave it with the doorman. So I was like, oh, this is easy. I just go leave it to the doorman. So I went there. I said, hey, this person said leave. He said, oh, no, no, no. You got to bring it up to her. I said, bring it up to her. I said, my car is double. He said, no, keep your car right there. I'll watch your car, but you got to go up. But I said, she said, leave it here. He said, no, she just called. You got to bring it up. Just leave it at her door or knock or whatever. So I'm like, damn, bro, I ain't even expect that. But she lived all the way up there, like on the 30th, 20th floor or something like that. It was crazy. I didn't get approved for Spark. They keep saying they don't need no drivers. You say he could have started a small school, gradually expand. He ain't want to do that. And ain't nobody could tell him anything. Okay? Yeah, he could start one, like a satellite school or something like that. But nobody could tell him anything. You know how Umar is. He said, you're not building no institution. How can you tell him anything? One thing I don't do, Andrea, is the Costco drop. I don't do that. Because I can't find nothing in Costco, bro. Ma'am, I can't find nothing. Sorry, I mean to call you bro. I can't find nothing in Costco. It took me 2 hours to finish my shopping. I was exhausted. I was stressed out. I found everything, but it took me a while. The Costco drop as soon as Costco opened. Man, I don't do that stuff. But other than that, sitting out in front of the parking lot at Target is the best thing. You say you don't think he wanted to build a school? Nah, I don't think so. Well, I don't know. I mean, he could have, but he just don't have the money. And now he's just like, F it. Like, what do you want me to do? Uh-uh. Every time I see, here's the thing. Every time ask for help, they give me an attitude. So I stopped asking them. I said, hey, do you know where this is? It must be over there. If it ain't over there, it ain't over there. That's what they say to me. So I said, I'm not going there no more. No more. I'm done. Shout out to the people that make hundreds of dollars a day shopping for people. I can't do it. You said Umar don't believe we are FBA, not from Africa. Yeah, he's not into that. He's a Pan-Africanist. He's not into the FBA. That's Tariq, foundational Black American. Tariq he be on that, yo. I be watching him at night sometime on TikTok. He be going live, calling people tethers. You say you a professional. How do you do that? Like I like Costco is like I'll pass out in there. I don't know how people do that because I don't know where nothing is. You gotta have the aisle for me. Even when I have the aisle, I have a hard time finding stuff. But at least I have the aisle. I'll be good. DoorDash, they have the thing where you shop, and you could just, like I said, I sit in front of Target. Because the Target I sit at, they also have a PetSmart over there. So I do that. Oh, one thing I don't do, I made a mistake and did it one day. I did the dash link. Oh, shoot. I had so many deliveries, yo. It wasn't even that lot. I had 15 deliveries. You got to go pick up the packages, right? I'm like, bro, I had to go to New York. That was crazy. I think I got finished in like 4 hours, but 5 hours, something like that. But I don't think it was worth it. You said Tariq is one too. At least Tariq give you what he say he gonna give you. Now I know what you're gonna say. Well, he gave you the museum. Now it might not be the museum that you were looking for, but he did produce a museum. All right, he did produce it. Now you might not like the museum. You said, Max, this ain't no museum. This is just a little space with pictures on it. But it's a museum though. All right. He said he was gonna open it up, and he did that. That's what I give Tariq. He will give you that DVD back in the day. He will produce it. Yep, he always delivered on time. For all the people that bought the Macish package, you got your Macish package on time. You said that's the struggle for most content creators. You just got to offer one thing. If you could sell something like an ebook or something like that and just deliver it right away. Yeah, the Macish package. You remember that? When you got his cologne, his glasses, a copy of the DVD, that's the Macish package. Shit, Tariq gonna make him some money, yo. But he delivered, though. People said, man, there ain't no museum. But the fact is, he opened it up, though. It's a space. All right? You said he slapped Morris World. Yeah, that was funny. The Macish package. But yeah, man. D, man, he was on some old white collar crime. He had champagne dreams. You hear me? He was doing it in a real big way. Champagne dreams, man. He trying to be a millionaire out this piece. We'll see what happens in court, man. We'll see. But guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll be back because I'm about to go live on this other case. The dude in Brazil. Oh my God, yo, guys, that dude in Brazil. There's videos circulating of him with the minors. Oh my God, yo. It was this girl he went out on a date with. She looked like she was. I'll give her 16. I would say she was about 16. The girl he was on a date with. Hey, what's going on? The Barber Truth. How you doing? I don't know if you heard about that guy in Brazil. He's in trouble. Now in Brazil, the age of consent is 14. And check this out. Brazil is not even tripping off that. They said, look, the age of consent is 14. But they said for him, he was arranging for them to be with other men. He acting like he's the go-between, like he a pimp. That's what he in trouble for. Ain't that sick? Yo, he done. He got a whole video. Now, let me just say this. Even if the age of consent is 14, does that mean you're going to take your happy ass to Brazil and be with somebody 16 when there's all these beautiful women out there? And you got to go that low? All these beautiful women out there? You got to be crazy. Yeah, they're still doing it. You talking about the white brother? They still doing it. They still doing it. But see, they're gonna pin it on him though. They gonna pin it on him, and they are doing it because I mean, if he is guilty, that he should be. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's not the only one doing that over there. But they said that he may have been doing this with other people, and yeah, he in trouble. And they're not deporting him either. That's what I just heard. Because I tried to find, hey, is he gonna get deported? They said no. They're keeping him. He has to face his time there. And the U.S. is helping Brazil on the case now. Whatever information they need as far as his background, they gave it to him. So he's in trouble. He's done. He's in trouble. Okay. Yeah, he was on a whole date with somebody under the age of 18, man. I'm talking about under the age of 17. She looked like it. A whole date. He took out on a whole date, had steak and everything, go, bro. Took her to the mall, had steak dinner, and recorded it on his channel. Like it's normal. And no, none of them people he hung out with said that that wasn't okay. Nobody. See, I don't care what them white brothers is doing. See, we can't be worried about what they doing because they always gonna get off. We got to protect ourselves. The hell with them, what they're doing, because they always gonna find a way to get out of it. Because that's what he into, contextual. He like younger women. That girl looked like she was about 15, yo. I'll give her that. I'll give her 15 to 16. He out at the mall, took her out to eat and recording the shit. Yeah, he travels with a teddy bear and a puppet. You said that ain't for 14-year-olds. I don't. Yeah, he probably was getting even worse than that. It's crazy. He about to get his issue though, so I'm staying on that one. He about to get his issue. No telling how they treating him in lockup right now. But somebody I know, I had met her at the Diddy trial. She's a independent journalist. She lives in Brazil. Because the Brazil vloggers were there as well. And I said to her, I said, have you heard anything? She said, yeah. She said he was being defiant when he was in lockup, but they cured it. She said, there's a cure for that. I said, really? She said, yeah, they cured it. He will never be defiant ever again. Not to them. She said he quickly learned. Then they taught him. And yeah, she said he was trying to do the cop thing in there. Like, he's used to doing the cop thing. You can't do this to me. I got rights and this and that. It only took them about 5 minutes to change his vibration, to change his thinking. So I think he got whooped up in there. I'm talking about real bad. That's why you can't see his face right now. He must have got whooped really bad. So he's not going to do that no more. He's in the right place. If he want to sit up there and mess with kids, he in the right place to get that cured. He in the right place. Yeah, he had a puppet and a teddy bear. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this about, man? They got something up in there for him, though. They got the cure up in there for him. See, in the U.S., they'll give you, we'll let you out on bail and, drag the court case out, then only give you a few months, sentence you for a few months. Brazil, they'll mess around and kill him over there. But trust me, he's not being defiant no more. No more. And now over there, they don't have to feed you every day. Just let y'all know that. There's no guarantee he'll eat every day. No guarantee. Yeah, he was smiling when he got I heard he not anymore. I heard they cured it. They fixed it so that won't happen again. They had to wait. They had to wait until they got him off camera. Once they got him off camera, then everything was corrected. And whatever questions they have for him, he's gonna answer them. He's gonna answer them. He's in a situation where he has to answer. Or they would just hold him indefinitely. It's like, okay, we'll just hold you then. But you're never going to hear from him. As far as him speaking out, you'll never hear from him. Unless he gets out of it. You say how they correct it? They have ways of correcting it. When you go to a situation that's dangerous and you think stuff's sweet, how you think they'll correct it? You could tell they were about to correct him the way they were walking him into the place. Remember how the dude kept pulling him? He said, you don't have to do that. He said that to the guy, you don't have to do that. And how the dude was pulling him. What you think they did when the cameras were off? Yeah. He's not going to play in their face. See, that's what he thought he was going to do. He thought he was going to go over there and play in them people's face. That's not happening. Yep. But anyway, I'm about to get on that. I will talk to you guys in a second, maybe about an hour. I'll talk to you guys in a minute. Thanks for joining. I will catch you in a minute.